On August 25, 2005, a combination of environmental circumstances met and gave birth to the fifth hurricane of the 2005 season. She was systematically named Katrina. 2 hours after being named, Katrina struck Florida's eastern tip as a Category 1, killing 14 and causing an estimated $2 billion in damage. Instead of dying a simple death, Katrina drifted into the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico and amped up to a Category 3 hurricane. On August 27th, President George W. Bush declared a state of emergency in regions of Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, while state and local governments began to mobilize for the oncoming storm. At 7 a.m., August 29th, Katrina boosted up to a Category 5 and struck Louisiana with 120-mile-per-hour winds, which are more than enough to lift a skydiver. Heavy winds and rain brought hurricane conditions throughout Mississippi, Louisiana, and parts of Alabama. Even worse were the storm surges caused by the intense rain, which raised the ocean level 10 feet higher than normal in Alabama, 15 feet in Louisiana, and up to 27 feet in Mississippi. This water rolled inland as far as 12 miles from the coast. Heavy rain spread throughout the entire eastern United States and parts of Canada. Katrina also generated 62 tornadoes. Due to a culmination of variables, Katrina managed to smash through a majority of New Orleans' levee system, submerging 80% of it in water as deep as 10 feet in some places. All this happened within 23 hours. And that's when things got bad. When the skies had cleared, the declared danger zones were equal in square mileage to the size of Great Britain. But the hardest hit was the city of New Orleans. The floodwater levels were so high that many were trapped on the roofs of their houses for days on end without food or water, and many died trapped in their attics from heat stroke. Inside the Louisiana Superdome, 25,000 refugees were trapped with supplies for only half as many, some having to wait as many as 5 days as National Guardsmen tried to reach them. Mayor Nagin declared a mandatory evacuation of New Orleans, and many of the 60,000 survivors walked out, and that was just one city. Overall, Katrina caused $81.2 billion in damages and severely damaged over 850,000 homes. 217 square miles of land were permanently converted to water. Over 70,000 people migrated permanently, making it America's largest diaspora in history. Fires raged uncontrolled throughout the Gulf Coast. Countless historical homes and mansions were washed away forever. The flooding, decomposing bodies and waste left water undrinkable, and many were low on bare necessities for weeks on end. As a result, many resorted to looting. National Guardsmen and police forces began to aggressively restore order. Although Katrina impacted people of all backgrounds, these police actions, and the fact that most of the remaining survivors were black, brought to harsh light the racial and class divisions throughout the Gulf Coast region.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
As a final death blow, Hurricane Rita struck less than a month later, causing billions more in damages, shattering repaired levees, and reflooding the lower 9th Ward of New Orleans. With so many staggering wounds caused by this hurricane, the relief response was equally as massive an undertaking. Within a week, Congress authorized $62.3 billion in aid and reconstruction, while the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, provided housing primarily in the form of trailers to 700,000 people. Yet still, from the moment the hurricane hit, multiple events led to public outcry over an inactive government. The media did not help the situation.
Taxpayers are paying for have never, ever seen anything as badly bungled and poorly handled as this situation in New Orleans.
No one seems to be taking responsibility.
Look in the face of the baby.
The government didn't help itself by making countless mistakes.
Buses are on the way to take those people from New Orleans to Houston.
Davis ends up face down on the sidewalk with blood streaming down his arm and into the gutter.
On anyone that the same idiot can't get a bottle of water into a major American city in less than 3 days are trying to win a war.
These innumerable problems, slip-ups, and easily avoidable disasters at the government level weren't helped when thousands were evicted from their toxic FEMA trailers in 2006, or when millions of dollars in relief money were found missing or misspent entirely. And although thousands still needed help, the world doesn't stop turning, and Katrina slowly faded from sight.
Calls Hamas a terrorist organization.
Declare a national holiday in honor of nuclear technology.
Ben Roethlisberger and members of both sidelines debated it.
Next day, which that one there, whoop.
Tom Tancredo.
Tommy.
I'm Sam Brownback.
It's Mitt Romney.
Rudy Giuliani.
John McCain.
Mike Huckabee.
Duncan Hunter. Jim Gilmore.
Ron Paul.
Mike Gravel.
Christopher Dodd.
John Edwards.
I'm Hillary Clinton, a senator from New York running.
Barack Obama.
Bill Richardson.
Joe Biden. Dennis Kucinich.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
The good times. Yes. Release the good times.
I think the east side is, okay, so Bellevue is pretty much a rich white people place. And there's there's what white folks, and then there's Asian American people, and there's like 5% or something of other people of color, and no one's really under the poverty line at all. It's just kind of this community where everybody seems to believe that they're in this utopia, but there's so many subversive problems going on that are just ridiculous.